We're at the viewpoint. Okay. Good morning. It's day 200. Cheering me on. But it's day 200 this morning. I'm packing everything up right now. And before I put on my KT tape for the morning, I put on some of this stuff we found at Shaw's. It's like CBD Balm Activate. There's a recovery one as well. So the recovery one we put on at night. And this one you're supposed to put on before you run around. So I put some on, not all over my legs, so the KT tape still has places where it can stick. But so far, I don't know if it's working, but you know, supposedly research has shown that in animals that CBD does reduce inflammation, and people say it does as well. So it's worth a shot. It's worth the money. I mean, at this point in the game, it's like $30. If it might get us through the week, yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, and you also have to believe in it, and then it's
you have to believe
even
in
more.
it. It'll work even better. And they're really small and light, so it's actually really nice. We saw some CBD oil in Hanover, and in Hanover near.
Yeah, but in a glass bottle.
But they were glass jars, and they were heavy. So I'm glad they had these little light ones. These are the last ones that were there when I was there, but let's hope it works. And I got my day supply of KT tape. We have a ton of KT tape now. I'll show you my ankle here. It looks a little more swollen than it did when I woke up. You can't see the veins as well, but you can see the ankle. That's a huge improvement over a couple days ago. Like, it was just pretty much smooth. So not too bad, but you can tell you can't see the tendons. Still a little swollen, so I put it all over here. I'm just kind of waiting for it to dry out a little before I put the KT tape on. But let's put on some KT tape soon here.
80 more miles, feed.
Yeah, just 80 more miles, just last 80 more miles. The reason I'm trying out the CBD oil is because I've been using Voltaren, but it's like it's an ointment, but it's a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory. So I don't want to be using that plus taking a lot of Advil. So it's nice that we found the CBD oil to use in place of it. Then I will be taking 3 more Advils before we take off here. In fact, I should do it now because I just had breakfast. But yeah, so unfortunately it's gonna be heavy use of Advil and that cream, and yeah, 6 more days, including today.
Not too much.
Yeah, 6 more days and that's it. So I just have to last 6 more days.
Yeah, and then the rest of your life.
Yeah, that'll come later. Much like now, we're walking up the stream. Last night we were doing the same, and usually near good water sources there are just kind of random campsites, but we didn't see anything for a long time. Thankfully we found the one we had, and nobody else showed up. It was a really quiet night. Nobody even walked by. Really quiet night. And today we just keep going up next to the stream until we pass the shelter, and I think we cross it, and then we start our big climbs for today. Today, elevation profile there, we have a couple of big climbs. We're only planning on 17 miles today. There's a ford, maybe rock hop at the end of the day, but in the beginning it's like up to 7 miles in, a couple of big mountains, but supposedly those are the last big mountains for pretty much till Katahdin. So it's gonna be a nice one. And some of the ascent and descent are quite steep. They're 1,200 feet per mile for even up to 0.4 miles, so it won't be super easy, but lots of little froggies everywhere along trail. You see him? He's trying to stay still. So the first half of the day, lots of up. The ups I don't mind so much. The foot doesn't hurt at all when you go up, unless it's super uneven terrain, but I do have a full backpack on now. The down though, after the big climb, the highest point, it's literally 7 miles down. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna be taking it really slowly by then. I'll probably be right when my Advils wear off, but see how that goes. Well, let's get going here. Tina's up front. She's probably catching all the spider web, but she's not complaining. Today we have less than 13 miles left. Pretty shorter day, but that's because yesterday we couldn't find a good campsite for quite a while, so we wound up doing several of today's miles. And the 13 is even going further than planned. So yeah, tomorrow we were gonna do 19, but we're just gonna do 17. All works out. But yesterday, because we were kind of pushing hard because it was starting to rain hard on us for a bit, and we wanted to find a campsite before it rained harder, we just kept pushing. So I think my leg's a little more achy than it has been. Feels okay right now, but it's hard to believe. Counting today as a hiking day, we have 6 more hiking days. 6 hiking days total, because we are going to finish Saturday morning. So that's amazing, actually. 6 hiking days and 5 nights more in our tent. Astonishing. And one of the nights would be at A-Ball, and one of the nights would be at Birch's, ideally. So we have 3 nights where we'll be camped out some random place, and then 2 established campgrounds. But pretty crazy. We went up and over Katahdin Mountain, and there's a campsite down below a little, and there's water here. There's not water for another 5 miles because we're gonna go over a couple more peaks. And I'm just sitting here eating Oreos, and Tina's off getting water. I was gonna joke that when she gets water and she comes back, I'll be up here like dancing around, and then as soon as I see her, I'll be like, oh my foot. But yeah, she's getting the water. She's a good girlfriend. The trail's finally leveling out. It was really steep for a while, but check out how bright green this moss is. The sun's hitting it, and after all that moisture, it's just super green. Ferns, bunch berries, and moss. It's a pretty amazing little trail here. So much moss. Like, you look off to the sides, it's just super mossy. And then this side, also super mossy. It's just my kind of trail. Check out this fungus we saw. We've seen them before. They almost look like mushrooms that grow flowers on top, or like albino plants. It looks like little flower heads up on top. We'll have to look up what these are, but these are the tallest I've ever seen. They're a good 8 inches tall. Amazing. There's a bunch of rope over here, and we found a winch setup on this tree. There's only one pulley there, so it's not like you get the energy savings if you pull the rocks up. But behind me, check it out, brand new rock step trail with nice little water diversion. It's actually a really good water diversion, overlapping long sheets of rocks, and off to the side, and you can tell it's working because there's wet mud over there, but over here not so much. But they must use that to pull the rocks up. The time I did trail maintenance, we usually just went higher and then rolled the rocks down. But if all the rocks are down below, you definitely need something to help pull it up. One time we did have to pull a bunch of rocks up trail, so we just had this big steel blue cart, and we just leaned it over, rolled the rock into it, leaned it back, and had 3 people basically lug the blue cart up the trail. That was not so fun, but nobody's here. But thanks to all the trail maintainers, the trail is really nice actually. Next year we're gonna come back. I was telling Tina we're gonna come back and drive the AT, maybe not next year, but a year after that. And Tina's gonna volunteer for some trail maintenance while I go sit in my car and relax, and then she'll volunteer twice, that way she could do work for me, you know. But no, I'm just kidding. Oh, here's another pulley system they got going on. Look at that. I don't know how things are attached. but some kind of mechanical machine to make things easier for them to work. It's pretty cool. And then looking down the trail, look at the trees chopped down. Man, they've been working. I'd show you this one. This tree is, or this rock is wrapped up. It looks like they're gonna lug it up maybe, but this is a good one. Nice and flat, and they got this loop here ready to drag somewhere. I bet they go through a lot of these cords. If it's underneath the rock, the abrasion just gonna really wear on it. Oh, they're grabbing rocks from over there. I see now. Whew, so much work. So much work. Yeah, that day with all the rain and the day after that and the day after that, they were tough, and I did get hurt from it long term, but the results from it, I mean, the moss up here is just so green and thick. I don't know if it was like this like a week and a half ago, but I feel like all that rain is what made it so lush up here. And it's amazing that we get to walk through such beautiful woods in our last week, and just moss lining everywhere, just so green. It is just amazing, actually. And we're lucky we had the rain, I guess. I hope everyone else that walks along here enjoys it as much as I do. Take their time, don't rush through the last week, and just enjoy the last bit of trail you get until the next big adventure. Anyway, enjoy it. Beautiful. Felt like I was above an alpine zone or something, but check out this view behind me. Wow, Maine has a lot of lakes. All right, beautiful, like long lakes, huge mountains. Beautiful day, amazing day for Whitecap Mountain. Coming out of the short woods here, I see Tina standing next to a sign. Tina, where are we?
Whitecap Mountain.
Whitecap Mountain.
You know what that means?
What does that mean?
It was our second last serious climb.
Second to last. What's the last one?
Well, how I used to say it back then when I started backpacking, Katahdin.
Katahdin. Like a water filter or something?
Yes.
All right. We're gonna go take a snack now and try to find a viewpoint where supposedly on a clear day you could see Katahdin.
Yes.
But we have to figure out what direction it is.
I know what way.
You see it?
Well, there is an arrow pointing north with the word view.
Ah.
I think our chances are good.
View. Chances are good. Should we go break there or break here?
There.
All right, let's go. It actually feels like an alpine zone, just tiny little trees and this huge rock field. Far in the distance, you can see the bigelows. I won't even try to point it out, they're tiny. But you could see so far, it's amazing, and the clouds are just beautiful. nice and high up for us, and just panning across, you could just see so many lakes. Such a beautiful day, such a beautiful view. Last big climb before Katahdin. Wow. We're at the viewpoint. K. It does not stand for Caitlin. It means that monster tallest thing out there is Katahdin, and we can see it. This is our first time ever seeing it. Looks like the very top is in the clouds, but just beautiful. And we'll be there just a few days. We're just gonna get closer and closer every day. Look at all these lakes out here. We are heading down now from Whitecap Mountain. Katahdin is to the left somewhere. Can't quite see it yet. We'll probably see it as we go south. It's funny how it's 28.8 miles away as a crow flies, but we still have like 70 something miles to go to get to it. But a lot of zigzagging left, right. But we're on our way. On our way. Oh, by the way, we have like 5 miles of descent right now. For my foot problem, descent is not as good as a ascent. Ascent, actually, my foot pain doesn't, just kind of goes away for the most part. But the descent, I have to be really careful. We should see it soon. Here it is. A couple more steps up. There it is. There's Pocket Rocket on the left. There's Katahdin just to our right. It's a pretty rough walk before we start our descent. Problem is with that tendon inflamed, it's I don't want to do anything where you gotta like catch your balance. So I'm trying to be super careful, super careful. If we continue in this direction, it's only gonna take us 28.82 days to get there. Coming down the trail, check this out. We are in the 100-mile wilderness. We're like 35, 40 miles in, and there is a road. There are many roads that intersect the AT in the 100-mile wilderness, and it's usually when you hear it, you think there's gonna be nothing, but I bet if we sit here for 30 minutes, we'll see several cars go by. We're at the stream. We're probably like a mile and a half from camp, but we knew this was coming. We were hoping we could rock hop it, but it looks like the water level is still too high. It's like everything is possible until that point right there. There's one rock, water's going over a couple of rocks, and at least 1 foot will have to get wet. But there's no easy way. All the way on the right, it looks like there's a bunch of rocks. I kind of want to go take a look, but looks like we're gonna swap out our shoes, take out our socks and the liner, and then just walk with bare shoes and barefoot inside the shoe, because it looks like it's a whole bunch of big rocks, and we found the big rocks are usually really slippery. So all right, we'll see what we can do. Here's the way I did it. My shoes are on. When I take them off, you'll see no socks, no insoles. And I'm gonna shake them around like crazy, basically in circles, shake all the water out before I put my socks back on and put them in there. Whoa, there's a lot of water in there. We made it down to the lake. It was an okay hike down. Mostly up, and I do enjoy the ups, but there were some down and wet rocks, plenty of mud, but it's a beautiful lake. And we're gonna enjoy this lake. Basically third to last night where we'll be out there. The last 2 nights will be at established campground, so it'll be a little noisy and noisier, and won't be as wild. We have 3 nights out here. Got a duck or a loon. What do you think? It's too far. So here's my foot. KT tapes pretty much came off because of the water crossing and then putting the socks on and off. But I put 2 across here because it's basically a tendon right here that hurts. And I just run this one all the way up because the shin does hurt somewhat as well. But time for the tape to come off. Tina thinks this is the funny part. This part comes off pretty easily.
Yesterday, like, he almost shaved his whole leg. And now, quick.
Yeah, the part higher than this is not. Oh!
Quick. Wow, brave.
Ah, a bunch of hairs on there. Can't tell as well with the black.
I know.
Oh, man. You see the line, the KT tape?
But look, pretty smooth, the leg.
Yeah, there's less and less hair every day. Every day. Hello there. We are getting ready to eat dinner, and we thought we'd show you what we're eating. I'm just going to have a shin ramen. I have a couple of those, so I was going to eat that and cycle through and eat another peak refuel. Tina is going to eat a peak refuel freeze-dried butternut dal bhat. It's like an Indian food.
I know.
How many calories in there? Let's show the back. 870 calories. She's gonna eat the whole thing. And you're gonna have dessert as well tonight.
Yes, because Crunch sent me a resupply package.
American Crunch sent her a resupply package with a whole bunch of stuff in it.
With chocolate pudding.
Rocky Road chocolate pudding. And how many calories?
130 grams, and it has 500 calories.
500 calories.
For 2 servings.
4.6 ounces.
But I'm gonna split this in 2 servings because it's probably too much. I would split with Jay, but
it has milk.
It has milk in it.
Yeah. It's crazy. It weighs as much as some dinners.
Oh,
It actually has as many calories as some Mountain House dinners. 500. That's a lot. That's pretty good.
It's also a pretty good treat.
Yeah, I bet it's pretty good. All right, well, we're gonna get ready to eat and just kind of lay down.
Show the view out of our window.
I showed the lake already. I have to basically rub balm on my legs, and I need to kind of massage them out too. So we kind of loosen up the muscles for tonight. So.
While I do the cooking.
And she'll do the cooking, and I gotta actually set up my bed as well. I have nothing, and I usually filter water, so I gotta do that as well. But here's the view out of Tina's window. Of course, she got the good view side. But as we pan across, look at that. What a nice view, huh?
And there's a lake behind. And if we get really lucky, we may see a moose.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see from this low, but you'll get a good sunset, though.
Oh, I'll get up every now and then and take a look.
Go look. I think you'll get a good sunset. I think the sun's going to start moving towards that way.
Yes.
But
so
nice.
far, we've only had squirrels really close. Squirrels.
Yeah, the
really
squirrels
close.
are going nuts near us.
And blue jays, sounding like there are monkeys in the tree.
So many blue jays are going nuts around us. And they make different sounds. So when I pulled Merlin out and it said it was just blue jay over and over and over, it's like, oh, they're so loud.
I still think there are some monkeys here.
Monkeys. Yeah, monkeys.
The main monkeys.
Main monkeys. It's a nuisance. It's a problem. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. The woods here has been beautiful. There's so much moss everywhere. It's actually amazing. And the mushrooms. There's just so many mushrooms growing everywhere. I haven't even taken as many pictures as I probably should, just because there's so many mushrooms constantly.
Yeah, there was one that was already a bit destroyed, but it was as big as a plate.
Yeah, it was huge. But it was pretty destroyed, so I didn't take a picture either.
Yeah, me too. It was like 3/4, halfway gone, but
yeah,
I didn't know they would grow that big.
Yeah, it's nice when you get a clean, newer one. It's just shiny and untouched.
I know there will be one. It looks like it just hatched. It looks so nice.
It looks really nice, but yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yes.
We're still chugging along, and we have, I don't know how many miles left to Katahdin, but not far, because we could see it. So literally by flight, probably 22 miles.
I know. Earlier it was 28.8. If we would be a bird, we're not a bird.
Yeah, we can get there right away. But we still have 70 something. I don't know. I'll have a number right between us. We'll pop that up. But Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Y'all take care. Y'all have a good night.
Gute Nacht.
Bye.
Tschüss.